Nate Carpenter. I'm along with Matt Watkins tonight. We had a great night last night. Doug Byerly here at DPP Sports, Dog Pound Productions. Check us out at www.dogpoundproductions.com. Click the live, click subscribe, become a stray. But Matt's here with us tonight, man. We have the whole football team here, brother. Shamokin's come to town. This has become a rivalry, at least on the gridiron. You know, here we are in the hardwood tonight. A lot of the same faces you see playing in between the goalposts are here tonight playing basketball. Both teams fairly evenly matched. It's going to be a good night.
Absolutely. It's good to see so many people in the stands. Great to see football players here, like you said, Shamokin. Quite the rivalry for Jersey Shore. Yeah, I'm an old Lockhaven head. I shouldn't say that out loud too much, but you know, I remember those days at Jersey Shore, Ben rivalry. It seems like now Jersey Shore's definitely seeing that rivalry grow with Shamokin. Started with football, coming out to different sports.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's going to be a great night, you know, and you know, Shamokin typically has, you know, some teams that are absolutely just fantastic. And not to say that this team isn't, but they're used to really kind of dominating, kind of having a reset or a regrouping. And some of the kids that had been coming out in previous years aren't coming out as much. And so you're seeing kids stick with one sport a little more than they have in the past. And you're going to hear names tonight like Xavier Paul, 6'2" sophomore, Christian Kuklinski, 5'8" sophomore guard. Cruz Schroyer, you talked about him at 6'2". He's a junior. He's leading in points. How many points is he averaging a game? 15-9. 15-9? So that's awesome. And like I said, that's exciting. You've got Colin Steinhardt. He was Mr. Everything from punting to playing receiver to playing corner. How many picks did he have in that last game?
I really don't want to say, but he had 5.
He had 5 in one game, yeah. So Barrett Walsh, he's a 5'8" sophomore guard as well. Andrew Leffler, also, he's 6'4". So we talked about this. They have 9 kids, 6'2" or bigger. We have 3. So, you know, hopefully Jersey Shore can get out in transition tonight. Again, as I've said to you, we appreciate you tuning in tonight. We're going to give you a little glimpse of the dogs as well. They're warming up down here at South Side. 9:08 to go here pregame. And it's going to be a good night. Like I said, it's been great getting indoors. Obviously, we're not as cold as we were in the fall and winter. Great officiating crew. But to come inside and be able to cover some basketball games and like you said, family members do tune in and they get a chance. A lot of people can't make it to the games. For those that can make it to the games, get here, buy a ticket, support your local high school sports. That's what Bill Mincer would ask you to do as the AD. And Dr. Ulmer, we appreciate them giving us the gratis to even be here and do this.
Absolutely. And, you know, I'm going to say, I'm going to tell you that personally, I want to thank you for starting up Dog Pound Productions because I know, you know, I can give a shout out. I know that my parents, they live down in Waxhaw, North Carolina, which is just south of Charlotte, North Carolina. They tune in every sport.
Oh, that's awesome.
Football, basketball, it doesn't matter if it's the girls' game. They tune in to see what you're doing down here. I know I have a crew of people down in Key West watching tonight. So shout out to Helen and all the crew down in Key West watching the basketball game tonight. And I just want to thank you for starting. You know,
oh, absolutely.
You know, here in Jersey Shore, it's one of those areas that we really haven't had a lot of coverage. And I love what you're doing. I hope you continue, and I hope that you get 1 million likes and 1 million followers.
Well, the reality is, you know, it works like this. We're not promising anything with subscription, but again, our viewing audience and listening audience, they don't pay for anything. So we're not baiting and switching. We're not doing anything. This is no sleight of hand. This is me simply saying, as the owner of DPP Sports Dog Pound Productions, a homegrown. I came here in 1974. I'm 53 years old, not living vicariously through anybody, but I really get a charge out of watching kids grow, excel at things. Your son just got the dream team in WNEP. He was an all-state wide cornerback, could have been as a wide receiver. Had, 9 picks on the year?
9 picks on the year.
Yeah, you know, and then you got the Bo Sechrist of the world, all-state. We've had a lot of kids. Luke Thompson, all-state. Who else?
Tate Sechrist
was. I mean, we go on and on and on.
Yeah,
but
we can make a laundry list.
It's phenomenal. And Shamokin had a great run. Shamokin's in the house tonight, but Shamokin literally lost to Southern Lehigh. Southern Lehigh wins the state title in Class 4A. They were up 14 points at one time, and Southern Lehigh handily won the state title. So it came through the East this year instead of the WPIAL District 7, which is crazy. We have 9 viewers right now. We've had 13 views, but here's the reality. It's not about views, but with your viewership comes a desire for people to purchase and support the broadcasting program with advertising. So without the support, it's hard to continue to do this. And like you said earlier in your post on Facebook, if we get the support financially because we have the viewership, and we have the viewership in football season, we're breaking ground on some other sports, then guess what? Maybe we can get out to a couple of baseball games in the spring, or maybe we can get out to a softball game. Maybe we can get out to a soccer game,
right.
Cover a golf match. We did get up for media days for golf with Coach Mike Shaw. They've won 2 district titles, but it'd be nice to be able to become a little more diversified.
I agree, and that's why I did put out there on social media earlier, and like I said just a little bit ago, that I implore everybody here in the greater Jersey Shore, Lycoming County, even regional. So if you're from down in Shamokin, everybody's up here, playing today. From down in the Coal region, like and subscribe. Why not?
Yeah, absolutely. Because in reality, they do a really nice job down in Shamokin with. I think it's Hobart something. There's a channel, Hobart News, and then they have their own football entity down there. And I'll be honest with you, it's a great broadcast, and it's actually supported some way, shape, or form through the school. It's pretty impressive because they went on the journey, went on the ride, and went to the playoffs. And obviously, they've had a great football program for quite some time, but they've also had some dominating basketball programs.
Right. And it's just nice being able to see some local. There's great talent in this sport.
Absolutely.
And, in our area, the Heartland Conference is great athletes. It's a great sport. More than football, basketball, baseball. Like you said, golf. We've had some excellent golfers winning district 2 years, I think, now in a row.
Yeah.
So, it's great that, we are able to cover those sports and branch out a little bit of football. It's great to showcase some athletes here in District 4.
So all I'm going to ask you to do tonight before we get to some of our sponsors is click subscribe if you haven't. You'll get notifications of upcoming basketball games as well as what's going on the live stream. So you'll get those notifications and let other people know. And we talked briefly here about how we got here. Shamokin has had a good season. They've lost a few close games, and they've beaten some teams that Jersey Shore's beaten by similar margins. I think part of it for Shamokin is they're quite young as well. When I look at their starters, okay? When I look at their starters, okay, I'm looking at, other than Leffler, who plays quite a bit at number 21, Andrew Leffler. He's 6'4". He's a forward, but other than him, he's a senior. They go sophomore, junior, junior, sophomore, sophomore. And that's the nature with our girls basketball team. That was the nature with Danville's basketball team last night. They were very young. We have 9 freshmen under Mike Shaw. It's crazy.
It is crazy. And it makes you excited about what's going to happen here in the next 2-3 years when they get into the bowl.
Yes. Yes, for sure. So anyway, it's going to be a great night. We are looking forward to bringing you this broadcast, and we're going to talk a little bit about our sponsors real quick. Mention some of our silver sponsors: Ballbirds, Joey Farrar, 865-6346. Call on Ballbirds, man. It's a dream venue for weddings and for rehearsal dinners and bridal showers, birthday parties, bar mitzvahs, you name it. They've got it. Ballbirds, 220 Schaefer Lane. Ballbirdsbrewing.com. Blaze Alexander Kia. Thank you, Doug Hilliard and the gang down there. 4940121. BlazeAlexanderKia.com. Taking the deals the other guys won't. Best Auto Sales. Hey, oil changes, inspections, emissions, auto detailing. John Best. 748-8000. 555 High Street. Hey, stop in. Get that oil change. Go next door. Grab a taco. Taco Bell's right there. So if you're confused about that location, your GPS coordinates are accurate. You're right there. Tanner Dover, Spike Adventure Realty, 502-1854. He's young, ambitious, invested, and been willing to bridge the gap between football and basketball. So he's one of those legacy sponsors in year one that said, I'll roll the dice. I'll get out there for you. SGO Service Garage, Kenny Pick, since 1967, out of Renova, 923-0220. Save 2 cents on a gallon of fuel oil. Hey, it's going to get cold again. So when you call Kenny Pick, SGO Service Garage, get that fuel oil, 2 cents a gallon. Mention this ad. And again, water and sewer lines, retaining walls, concrete work, and so much more when the weather breaks. Fisher Insurance Agency, Danielle Leone. Say hello to Caleb for us. We love you all. 323-3600, 1735 East 3rd Street, Williamsport. FisherAgency.com. Integrated Accounting and Consulting, that's Brandon Best. Dan and Laura out of Lewisburg, CFO responsibilities, accounting, tax, documentation, as well as planning your business strategy for 2026 at 484-1947. They're here to help. www.integratedacs.com at 120 Cambridge Lane, Lewisburg, PA. Devlin's Auto Glass, last but not least in this particular segment of advertising sponsors, cracked windshields. Get a hold of Devlin's Auto Glass, 865-6042. So anyway, it's exciting. Looking forward to bringing you this. We're going to cut to commercial here for just a minute.
At Susquehanna Trailways, getting behind the wheel isn't just a job, it's an honor. It's a front row seat to the world, from the bright lights of New York City to the historic charm of Baltimore and breathtaking trips across America. As a Susquehanna Trailways driver, you become the host of unforgettable experiences. Whether you're guiding students safely to school or helping a family create lifelong memories on their next big adventure, you're more than a driver. You're part of the journey, part of the story, part of the Susquehanna Trailways family. And right now, Susquehanna Trailways and Cam Kephart are looking for passionate, dependable individuals to join the team. Step up to the plate. Your seat is waiting. Flexible schedules, competitive pay, an opportunity to see the world and bring people together 1 mile at a time. Get on the bus. Join the tradition. Apply today. At Starway Roof Systems, roofing isn't just a job, it's a calling. We believe excellence isn't optional. It's our standard. From the first nail to the final shingle, we do all things to bring glory to God and to serve our clients, communities, and co-workers with a pure heart. Whether it's replacing a storm-worn roof or giving back to a neighbor in need, we lead with honesty, act with integrity, and stand firmly on our character. At Starway, we invest more than our time. We invest our talent and our finances to make a lasting impact right here where we live. Call 1-814-308-0490 today and experience roofing done with purpose, passion, and purity of heart. Starway Roof Systems, built on excellence, driven by faith, and dedicated to serve. Again, call Starway Roof Systems, 1-814-308-0490. When it comes to elder care and special needs legal matters, trust Julie Steinbacher at Steinbacher, Goodall, and Yurchek, a law firm known for quality representation and compassionate service. With branches in Williamsport State College, Altoona, Wilkes-Barre, and Muncie, they're right where you need them. From estate planning, elder care,
And the starters for Shamokin today. Number 1, that's Xavier Paul, 6'2", sophomore. Number 2, Christian Kaplinski, 5'8", sophomore guard. Number 11, Colin Steinhardt, Mr. Everything, 6'4", junior. Number 5, Cruz Shore, the lead scorer, with nearly 16 tonight, a 6'2", junior. And last but not least, 13, Barrett Walsh.
All right, starting off for Jersey Shore, their lineup, we have number 2, Kenai McCrae. And we have next up at guard, we have number 22, Jacob Lorson. Sorry, 23. And next up, number 0 himself, Carson Watkins. And then we have a senior, does a little bit of everything too, Mr. 15, Landon Latham. And then last but certainly not least, another senior, number 31, Braylon Guerrero. I love his hairstyle tonight, by the way.
Oh, by the way,
he
yes.
looks fantastic.
Oh, listen, little Dennis Rodman-esque.
And part of my day is every week whenever his mom is helping with him with his hair, they post a little bit on Snapchat and Instagram what the hair is going to look like. So I get a little excited looking to see what it's going to look like for the week.
Spectators must stay off the court at all times. And remember that the Jersey Shore is school district is in the back of the preschool district.
It's about to get real. It's about that time. 8-minute quarters, 5 fouls get you to the bonus. Leaping for Jersey Shore tonight, number 31, Braylon Guerrero, along with number 5 from Shamokin. That's Cruz Schroyer. He gets up at 6'2". You're going to see some athleticism for sure. Shamokin Indians in purple, Jersey Shore Bulldogs in the home white. And here we go. Good push initially by number 11. That's Steinhardt. Kick to the wing, penetration to the lane. Good take, up and good, off the bank. Bucket by number 1, Xavier Paul. Good defense there by Shamokin. McCray inbounding for the Dogs. Got to come to the basketball. There's Guerrero to Lathan. Another turnover. Shamokin going to set up shop here, cross the timeline. Steinhardt. Good baseline take. Tied up by Lathan. That possession arrow is going to go to the Bulldogs.
Definitely good defense. They got to stay tight for sure. Clean it up a little bit right now. The quick turnovers down here on this side. A little bit sloppy, but we're only a minute in, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I agree. You can't afford to not get looks and not get shots up. Watkins on the wing. Gets it to McCray. McCray's going to look to get it to Lathan. Back to McCray. 3-point stopped and pop. McCray's good from 3.
That was a good look. Was swinging on the outside. Shamokin's really covering the paint pretty heavy. So working the outside, making some outside shots. What the Bulldogs need to keep up.
Guerrero physical. Up. Good take, though, to the rim there. Take to the rack for sure. Xavier Paul, boy, he's physical. You know, you talk about the bodies. You can just see the difference in the height, you know. Steinhardt a couple inches, maybe an inch or two above Carson there.
Yeah, they have him listed as 6'4", Carson listed as 6'3", but I don't know if it's the hair or not, but he definitely looks a couple inches taller.
Yeah, it's like that movie Fletch. 6'8" with afro.
Right, absolutely.
So it's tied up 3-3, 6:46 to go. Taking his time, this one's up. It's long, off the mark, but Watkins gets the rebound. Good hustle. Lathan gets fouled, so it's going to tie things up. 1 foul apiece. Be side out here, closer to the scores table. Jersey Shore just needs a good look right now. They should get in rhythm, but Shamokin definitely trying to push tempo here defensively, getting in their face.
You know, like we talked about earlier, the rivalry, you get a little ambitious, a little anxious in the beginning of the game.
Good move there. Who's that? Is that your son?
That's Carson.
That's a nice move. But I agree. You got to stay poised. So it's an emotional game, but it can't be a game of feelings and emotions. You got to run the system. Come to the basketball. Good job by McCray. Good impound. Good take by Lathan. Kicks to the corner. Up. That's going to be long. Off the mark. Guerrero gets it. Guerrero's got to finish that. Good reversal. Indians looking to get a good look here. Tied up at 3. Swing pass. Number 13 from downtown. Up. No good from Walsh, but finished. Great rebound. Cruz Schroyer getting those buckets after misses.
You know, and Schroyer, we talked about her.
Carson Watkins,
good look.
Great back cut. Steinhardt nearly stepped on the sideline, but he gets it up. Good pass. Carson Watkins again. He's looking to get it up to Guerrero. He does the right thing. He's patient. Talked about that. Guerrero's got a lane. Stops. Pops short, but he gets his own rebound. Looks to kick it out. Guerrero, that's long. Good hustle by Guerrero. Unfortunately, couldn't find the bottom of the bucket. Up. Great finish. And that's where you see length have an advantage. Cruz Schroyer, he's going to hang out from 12 and in and make things happen.
Right. I mean, there's a reason he's putting 16 up a game. I mean, with that height, I mean, his athleticism right under the basket.
Absolutely.
I'm surprised it's not more than 16.
Good take by Latham. Got fouled early, so if that's a foul on Shamokin, which it is, that should be 3. And with almost 6 minutes to go, they could be in the bonus here. That's what. Yeah, you got. We talked about this last night with the girls' game. You've really got to take advantage of your opportunities, and the only way you can get fouled and get to the line is by being aggressive. So, inbound by Latham. Up. Watkins does a nice job of coming to the basketball. Latham's going to set it up. Nice take by Latham. Up and under. 7 apiece.
They did a good job there, moving the ball around, getting Steinhardt out of the paint.
Leffler into the game, number 21. He's 6'4".
Opening up that lane.
That's an errant pass, and that's going to cause a turnover. So with 4:24 to go, Dogs take over. It's tied up, and let's see if they can get a lead here. Latham across the timeline. McCray to the wing. Nice back cut. Oh, just missed him. Good hands by the defense. McCray did the right thing, though. We talk about back cuts. You can't just hang around the perimeter.
No, definitely the key is moving around a little bit. I noticed the girls' game a little bit. Once they started moving around, they got a little complacent in the very beginning. They started moving around, making some cuts.
And it helps.
The score changed real quick. Jersey Shore, the same thing. They just can't stand there looking for the ball, especially with the big Timbers guarding.
Jacob Lorson kicks it out. McCray again. Good.
Nice.
Now that was all set up by Lorson, who did a nice job of penetrating in and out, kicked it outside, got a good look. Good hustle, good defense. Steinhardt breaks the break, all alone. Great job, misses it. Oh, but they get a foul on the back end of that. But we talk about the back cuts. But Lorson did a nice job of penetrating, drew some traffic, and kicked it out from McCray to the wide open 3.
Right. Getting Shamokin out of position is going to be the key. I mean, they're pretty disciplined on their defense. And when you have
they are
4 of your 5 guys over 6'2", hands up, I mean, you got to get them out of position and don't be afraid to swing the ball from side to side to get that three-pointer open.
Nathan Coletta, number 33, also in the game now for Shamokin. Coletta's a sophomore. So for Jersey Shore, it's Hannah, McCray, McDermott also into the ball game. Little token pressure one-on-one here. Good job by McCray. Kicks it to the wing. Nice inbounds to Watkins. Watkins is going to go up. Good fake. Good block, but he did what he needed to do. He wanted to draw that foul. He just didn't get the call. Baseline. Stop by Hannah. They're going to swing it. Leffler. Up. This is where the shot clock's going to come in handy next year. Up, no good. Good rebound by Hannah. Tied up. Oh, they didn't call the jump ball. They gave Hannah a chance to wrestle it free. Down court. Watkins to McDermott. McDermott up. Good left.
Nice
good.
look. Nice look.
McDermott got a little haircut for tonight. Look at that. Got his ears lowered.
I knew you were going to be here. You wanted to look good for the camera.
Man. He lost an inch in the size column, but looks good.
You talk about Coletta coming into the game.
Oh, he definitely got him on the hand.
He's a sophomore.
Yeah.
Like you said, he's got a baby face when you look at him, but you see he's 6'3" too.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about.
It's crazy.
Well, he got a baby face, but look at those shoulders.
Right.
I mean, I'm telling you, last year we went down to Shamokin.
He's a Clydesdale with a with a baby face.
When we went to Shamokin in the football season, I said, where are they getting all these 6'3" dudes? And you can't teach bigger, faster, stronger. Size is an issue. Jersey Shore has 3 fouls right now. Shamokin, I thought they had 3. They only have 2. It's 12-9 JS. Shamokin with the inbounds with 2:34 to go here in the first quarter. Up. Foul and 1. And that can't happen. I'm not going to be critical. You know, Coach Boob has him in the right place in practice, but you cannot get screened and give up that easy layup on an inbounds play.
Yeah, and Xavier Paul, number 1, he was the one going up for the shot. You know, he's the second leading scorer on the team. He's averaging 14. So you definitely need to stop that from happening.
You know, we talk about big, you know, Watkins takes the 3. Oh, just in and out. It looked good. McCray fights for it. Good hustle. Good hustle by Hannah. I don't know how they can call a timeout when they don't have possession. I don't like that. Even if that is a PIAA rule, just because you touch the ball, you shouldn't be able to call a timeout. He did not have it in his grasp, but that is a timeout. Shamokin makes the play of the night right there. 12-12 to maintain the ball. We talk about Glover. Glover was into the game there just for a couple of minutes. Isaac Glover, of course, center, nose guard, 6'2", 400 pounds. You told me he's a pitcher. Like, wow.
Does a little bit of everything. It is, you know, and like you said, a lot of these guys you've never heard the names of, you know, during football season. Shamokin's a big rivalry for us. You know, we obviously number 11 on this team, Steinhardt. We talked about his 5 picks in the the championship game. He's an athlete. But if you look at the builds on any of these basketball players, any one of them could walk on the gridiron and play.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean,
absolutely. I agree with you wholeheartedly. 2:17 first quarter. It's a great game. A barn burner tonight. Click subscribe. Oh, good steal. Hannah. That's going to go. Oh, McCray's popping. Oh, it was in and out. It was down and back out. Glover. Up and good. We just talked about that. That's amazing.
yeah.
I mean, 400 pounds, getting out in the break like that. Let's be serious. Running the court, that's incredible. I mean, that's athletic.
Absolutely. You know, if you watch him, you know, on the football field, you look at the size of him and you think there's no way, you know, this kid's going to be on the field for 2 minutes without having to go off to the side, take a break.
Oh,
he
just
plays
lost
both
it.
ways.
Yes, he does.
They're on the court. Here he is. I mean, he's running down the court, making things happen. And
Hannah with a good rebound. Jersey Shore needs to reset. Down 2 now, 14-12. Minute and a half. Watkins in the corner. Gets it to Lorson. Lorson spins up. Nice layup. Off the glass with a kiss. Uh-oh. There he is. Glover. Up and good. Unbelievable. Lorson fouled, but I mean, here's, and I'm not trying to be smart. Like, I like to give props where props are due. You know, big rivalry here tonight. You know, we call us homers. We represent the orange and black, and that's not why we're called Dog Pound Productions, by the way. You know, we want all strays to be welcome. We want to be a regional sports network. But when opponents or opposing teams do something great, we want to talk about it. I'm just talking about a 6'2", 400-pound guy, 2 plays in a row leading the fast break.
Right. I mean, it on paper, I mean, unless you're watching this at home, on paper, you would never think that it would happen. I mean, he's out of the game now, but that's impressive. He came in, gave his starters a break.
Yeah. He came in and got 4 points inside of a minute and a half, 2 minutes. The Bulldogs tied up. Great free throws there by Jacob Lorson. So, you know, we're going to stay here for a minute. We never get a whole lot of time to talk, but I want to give a quick shout out here right now too to our big platinum sponsors. You know, thank you so much to Steinbacher, Goodall, and Yurchik. Julie Steinbacher, incredible. We've all worked with Julie, and she's a consummate professional. So when it comes to elder care law, PAElderCouncil.com. Give Julie Steinbacher, get in contact with her at Steinbacher, Goodall, and Yurchik. You will not regret it. And you know, elder care nursing home in the Valley, Nippenose nursing home. You go into that place, it's not your typical nursing home. It's fantastic. The congregational area where they meet and gather, their meals, shingles, it's got a touch of home. And also want to give a quick shout out to Starway Roofing System, starwayroofing.com. We appreciate you. They're your Pennsylvania leaders in roofing. And where would we be without Susquehanna Transit? Get on the bus. SusquehannaBus.com. Need a job? Apply today. Great benefits, great hours, great pay.
We got 106 left on the clock, tied up 16-16. The foul shots by Lorson put the Bulldogs back up to tie it up.
Kick side, weak side, all alone. 2, up with a shot. That was Christian Kuklinski. No good on that. McCray with a great move. Up, rejected. Down on the break. There he is, Steinhardt up. Mishandled, back outside. That's Leffler. Over to Steinhardt. That's a travel.
That's a travel for sure.
No call. There he is. Oh, wow, good hustle. Kicks it over. Bang! Cruz Schroyer. And you know what? That's all about a second opportunity. You don't get that 3 up if you don't get that offensive rebound. So great job by Shamokin. 19-16. They're now leading with 9 seconds to go. 6, 5. They got to get a shot up. They got to get a shot up. Downtown McCray. Just short. So that's the end of one. That's the end of one. We're going to go to commercial real quick. We'll be back right after this. We appreciate you coming to the Pound tonight, being one of the strays. The viewership's up. Again, click subscribe. Let people know about the YouTube channel. We'll be back right after this.
When it comes to finding your dream home, selling your current one, or exploring mortgage options, look no further than Bob Boob and the team at Century 21 First Choice Realty. These aren't just real estate pros. They're your neighbors, your friends, and your biggest cheerleaders. Bob and his team combine decades of experience with genuine passion and compassion to guide you every step of the way. They listen, they care, and they make sure your dreams aren't just goals, they're realities. Whether you're buying, selling, financing, choose the team that puts you first. Century 21 Bob Boob First Choice Realty, making dreams come true, one home at a time. Call 570-398-0690 or visit first-choice-realty.com today. Are you looking for top quality tools and equipment? Ron Clark at Clark's Expert Sales and Service at 1919 Lycoming Creek Road in Williamsport has you covered. As you step inside, you're greeted with rows of tools as far as the eye can see. From air compressors and generators to pressure washers, power tools, sockets, pumps, hand.
We're back. Second quarter underway. 8 minutes to go before the half. It's going to be a good one. Nice steal by Guerrero. Oh, and he stepped out. You know, it was a great job by Guerrero to get the initial steal. McDermott wanted to pick that up and take it for 2. Stepped on the sideline.
Just unfortunately a little bit too close to the sideline. It was beautiful defense by Guerrero.
Nice move. Up a little bit long. Hannah with a rebound. Leffler just hard off the glass. Landon Lathan to Guerrero. Steinhardt overplays. I don't know what Guerrero was doing with that one.
I think he thought Watkins was going to cut back towards the basket, but he was moving back out to try to swing the ball around.
Kuklinski to Steinhardt. Steinhardt from deep, off the glass, got to grab it. That's a kick, no call. Weak side to Kuklinski. That's a foul. So Cruz Schroyer, they call that a push. We like to call it over the back on the rebound, but it's a push foul. You talked about this pregame. Jersey Shore has got to eliminate those turnovers and bad decisions when they're really not under pressure. Sometimes you can feel like you're under more pressure than you are.
Right. You know, the game was this close. Just slow, steady. Keep the pace. Don't get yourself into trouble when you don't need to be.
Good take there by Steinhardt. Steinhardt hesitates, uses his side well. Great footwork. Got his base under him and went up with it. Carson Watkins looking to take him off the dribble. Good baseline move up to McDermott. McDermott's going to take it up. Hard off the glass, but he's there to finish. Great job, Carson Watkins. Nobody home. You know, I'm not saying you call the timeout, but that can't happen. You know, there they were. Nice pass from McDermott to Watkins. They finish at the rim, but nobody got back.
No. You know, there's a time for celebration after you score.
You got to stop that end zone
dance.
dancing.
Right after that, right. You know, they hesitated just enough that they lost track of Kaplinski and let him get down to make an easy layup.
Yeah, that was a great foul shot. Those foul shots really, they add up. 6:30 to go here, 18-24. Dogs down to Shamokin. McDermott picks up the dribble. Guerrero to Watkins. Into Guerrero. Foul by Steinhardt.
Guerrero getting a little excited about that foul for sure. He's very animated. I love that.
No, and I love that too. I love that too. You know, the thing is, Glover back into the game as well for Shamokin, along with Coletta. Watkins on the wing, looks for McDermott. McDermott passing through. Turns. That's short. Good defense by Glover. Down to Steinhardt. The Dogs need a stop. This lead is slowly getting bigger. Rebound, Hannah. Lorson, he needs this one. It's in and out. No rebound.
That's the other thing, too. Jersey Shore definitely has to get a lot better at rebounding the ball.
Glover on the wing to Schroyer. Nice hesitation. Schroyer up. He is tough. And that pull-up J from 12 is a forgotten art. Everybody likes the three-point art. Lathan kicks it out. McDermott can hit this. In and out. Again, no second chance. Good box by Glover. Down the other way. Steinhardt's going to go up. Nice pump fake and finishes. I get a timeout. The lead is 10. McDermott baseline. Good move. He's fouled early. But, you know, to be honest with you, that's a good foul.
Absolutely.
You got beat. Like a matador to a bull. Just passing by, right?
Right.
You foul him before you get to the rim.
Yeah. You know what? And if you stop them, you give up the foul. You stop them from scoring. You're already up by 10. It doesn't shift the momentum when they get a shot, when they get that easy shot.
Hannah pulls. Good form. That was a real nice shot from Hannah. Pretty in the air. Good defense, Lathan. They're going to call timeout. Again, what he's saying is, the coach here for Shamokin is saying, hey, guys, listen, Coach Zimmerman says, you got to come to the ball.
Right.
They had 2 or 3 guys down past the half-court line, and they had someone down here fighting for air.
Right. You put the press on, you know, the cherry pick at the end's not going to work.
No.
Like you said, we talked about that beforehand. You know, it's just like in any other sport. You know, a short pass, you have to go back towards the ball. You know, here, if you can't get it up past half court, you can't stand down there looking for the easy layup.
Yeah, and I think for me, if you know, what I'm seeing thus far in the half, not to be Siskel and Ebert or Rotten Tomatoes, you know what I mean? It's not 2 thumbs up or 2 thumbs down. I think both teams have played well, but Shamokin has gotten into a better fundamental half set offensively, which has led to higher percentage shots, which has also led to second shots and third opportunities off the glass. And that's a big thing when it comes to, because if you're only going to get one shot and you're going back down the other way, it makes it difficult.
Right. You know, in Jersey Shore, if you notice the last couple of shots, as soon as the ball goes up, they wanted to stop that bleeding from the quick breaks. So 3 of our players, you know, 3 Jersey Shore players are running backwards, not even making an attempt for a rebound. You know, those second shots is where you're going to get a lot of your points. You got to get that ball, got to go back up to try to score.
Good steal by Lorson. Lathan going to handle the rock and get something started. Down to Hannah. To McDermott. Nearly traveled up and good.
Nice.
I don't know how that
fight.
squeaked in.
Oh, that was a good hard push
McCray
to the net.
Stolen away. Oh, nice job by Steinhardt. Boy, that's why he's a great safety. There's a travel, but they didn't call it. but a good finish by Nathan Coletta, the 6'3" sophomore.
30-22, Jersey Shore down by 8.
McCray from deep, another zip code for the trifecta. Leffler gets the pass away. Steinhardt comes to the ball, does a good job of getting it down court to Schroyer. And that's a good foul. We talk about the difference between good and bad fouls. Hey, force him to set up again. Shamokin just did that. And you benefit, you live to fight another day. I don't like dirty basketball. But when it's in the flow of the game, you know, there's smart fouls and stupid fouls.
Hey, it's smart. I mean, he made a good move to the basket. He's going to get beat. So, you know what? Foul him, make him reset up and figure it out.
Yeah, so right now, Glover giving him some valuable minutes tonight, number 34. Into Glover. We just talked about it. He's going to turn and shoot. Glover!
Yeah. Like you said earlier, I don't mean to be derogatory. You know, the kid's listed at 400. I'm going to say that's conservative for that number. I mean, he doesn't have a huge vertical, but he's very physical. He's not afraid to drive the hoop and make it happen. Props to him.
McCray, he's special when he's on. Good hustle by McCray. Down court, McDermott. Oh, what a take by Steinhardt. And he missed it. Jump ball.
Jump ball.
I'll tell you what, though. Did you see that athleticism? Oh. It's no wonder he had those interceptions. No. You know, you can't see a lot when they're wearing a helmet. You know what I mean? We called that game. You were at that game. The Dogs have taken a 10-point lead, though, and chiseled it down to 5 with 3:08 to go here, second quarter. Again, thanks to our sponsors. Do us a favor. Hey, if you're checking in from Shamokin tonight, we appreciate you. Click subscribe to the Dog Pound. We may cover another Shamokin basketball game, or who knows, a girls game, but love having you on the network tonight. Lorson to Guerrero to Watkins. Back cuts, good cut. They're moving. McDermott takes it off the layup, doesn't finish. Glover there. I have no idea what the call is.
I'm not.
You know, I thought he was juggling invisible balls over there for a second. You know, I'll have to look that one up. I'll watch it back. I'll critique my ignorance. Yeah, but I was like, get up, cut it off. Good job by Latham. Good penetration. I don't know. This is shadow government here tonight. I missed that one too. You know, here's my take on it. Here's what I don't like. They've let him play to this point.
Right.
Both sides. It's been a clean game, a well-officiated game. The last couple of calls, I don't know.
You know, I was just getting ready to comment how I was going to give the refs props for letting them play. You know, a little scrappy, a little sloppy,
right.
But you know what? It's a rivalry night. They're letting them play. The last 30 seconds, I'm not quite sure what's happening.
Kicks it out. Leffler looked like he's going baseline. Good recovery by McDermott. Kicks it out. Kaplinski. There he is. Leftert's wanted one. He's wanted one. He's going to pull the trigger. McDermott's fighting him. There's the 3 seconds. I was like, they've been camping in there. They got the mess kit out, the marshmallows, and they were making s'mores, brother. But anyway, at the end of the day, it was a good offensive set. I just thought Shamokin was going to pull the trigger. Never did get a shot up. Solid defense that time by the Bulldogs.
It's huge for Jersey Shore. They need to come down here and score. They tighten that lead up a little bit more. If I was Shamokin, I'd probably be calling a timeout.
That's a good call. Travel. McDermott met, I'll tell you what McDermott just met. He met Steinhardt, Schroyer, and Leffler. He met 3 people at one time. They break the press. Wide open, Kaplinski. And that just can't happen. That's the second or third time they didn't get back tonight. Great finish by Coletta.
The Emmy goes to Landon Latham.
Hey, you know, like I said, you know, basketball really is. It's all about the night. It's all about the crew. Because when I watched Pittsburgh Central Catholic and Williamsport the other week, man, there was a lot of hand checking going on. Watkins Gets it to Latham. There's a minute and 50 left here in the second quarter. Dogs are down 7. McCray wants to pull it. He's hot from behind the arc. Latham is going to take it. Squares it short right. Sure. Guerrero's there. Does he kick it out? McCray's open. Pulls it. Oh, just right. He had the hot hand. Good look. Comes Leffler. That's nearly a carry. Kick it out. Watkins there to take it away. McCray's bringing it down. They're going to try to set something up. See if they have numbers. No. Aaron pass. Turnover. Steinhardt all alone. A Euro step up and good. Beautiful take from Colin Steinhardt. And again, the Dogs went from down 10 to down 5, back to down 9.
1 minute left. Down by 9.
McCray. No good. They're living and dying by the 3 now. Steinhardt spins. McCray, physical, kicks it out. This one's up and short. Guerrero rebounds it. 40 seconds to go. Dogs need a good look in a bucket.
Settle in and take the shot. Oh.
Not a good look. Watkins steps behind the arc. He's going to pop it. Again, nobody home for rebounds. Okay. Everybody out.
Everybody half-court back.
McCray was down tying his shoe. I'm surprised they didn't get an official timeout, but they let him play. Good pick by Guerrero.
Nice
Does he
move.
get to the rim? That's a good call. The issue there is, even in high school, they don't have the circle like they do at upper levels. But that's the type of play. And Steinhardt's not doing anything out of the ordinary, but you don't want to see kids get hurt, you know. And so you make that call. Even if he got there a little late. So the Dogs need these extra shots here. They got to make their free throws. 8.5 to go.
And actually, that was smart ball by Braylon.
Yeah.
By Guerrero. Just go in, drive the hoop, look for the foul. You know, and right now it gives an opportunity. The Bulldogs taking a breather, settling back in. I know you only have 8.5 seconds, but a perfect opportunity to settle down and make the last 8 seconds count.
Well, Shamokin now, too. He hits one, so that down 8 now. Wide open, though. This can't happen. And listen, it's a good block. He went up in the air. And unfortunately, that's what happens, too. When you pump fake a lot of times, Shamokin's been doing a great job tonight in the first half with the head fakes and getting their feet under them and establishing a good base and getting really good layups. But on that particular play, McCray gets back, does make the block, but not without a lot of body on Cruz Schroyer.
4 seconds left here, 3.9 seconds left in the first half. That foul definitely put McCray in a little bit of trouble. That's his third on the night.
Yeah, with 3.9 to go, the last thing you want to see is one of your better players with 3 fouls. And I'll be honest, he'd be on the bench right now.
Right. Even if 3 seconds, a lot can happen.
Yeah. 3:09 to go. Dogs need a bucket. Watkins taking it up. He got a good look. Wasn't able to finish. The reality is he got a good look. So there's the score right now. Shamokin up big. We talked about that 10-point lead. Cut to 5. It's back to 10. And the Dogs going to the locker room. Shamokin on their way into their locker room as well. And that was a nice half for them. They did a lot of things really well tonight. We are going to listen to our sponsors, take a little break, and we'll be back right after this. Thanks for tuning in to DPP Sports tonight at the Pound. Thank you so much to our sponsors.
When it comes to finding your dream home, selling your current one, or exploring mortgage options, look no further than Bob Boob and the team at Century 21 First Choice Realty. These aren't just real estate pros. They're your neighbors, your friends, and your biggest cheerleaders. Bob and his team combine decades of experience with genuine passion and compassion to guide you every step of the way. They listen, they care, and they make sure your dreams aren't just goals, they're realities. Whether you're buying, selling, financing, choose the team that puts you first. Century 21 Bob Boob First Choice Realty, making dreams come true, one home at a time. Call 570-398-0690 or visit first-choice-realty.com today. Are you looking for top quality tools and equipment? Ron Clark at Clark's Expert Sales and Service at 1919 Lycoming Creek Road in Williamsport has you covered. As you step inside, you're greeted with rows of tools as far as the eye can see. From air compressors and generators to pressure washers, power tools, sockets, pumps, hand tools, and welding machines, they've got the gear you need. Featuring Milwaukee, DeWalt, and other top brands, Clark's offers unbeatable selection and expert service you can trust. Call 570-321-8206 or stop by today. Clark's Expert Sales and Service, where the selection is truly mind-boggling. At Evergreen Wealth Solutions, we're real people serving real people. Your financial future matters, and we're here to help you manage your assets with care, insight, and integrity. Our goal? To give you more peace of mind, more value, and more clarity for the road ahead. Reach out to Todd Rischel and the team today at Evergreen Wealth Solutions, 1000 Commerce Park Drive, Suite 416, Williamsport, PA. Call 570-601-6960 or visit them on the web at evergreenwealthsolutions.com. Evergreen Wealth Solutions, guiding your future together. Jiffy Market and Deli. When hunger strikes in Jersey Shore, head straight to Jiffy Market and Deli at 115 Pennsylvania Avenue. Open 7 days a week, they got it all. From weekly subspecials to fresh deli meats and cheeses, picnic-ready sandwiches, crisp salads, and so much more. Grab a drink when you're on the go. Relax in that cozy seating area where they know you by name and treat you like family. Listen, give Jiffy Market and Deli that on-the-go non-stop shop, 570-398-3499, and make today a Jiffy Market. When it comes to finding your dream home, selling your current one, or exploring mortgage options, look no further than Bob Boob and the team at Century 21 First Choice Realty. These aren't just real estate pros. They're your neighbors, your friends, and your biggest cheerleaders. Bob and his team combine decades of experience with genuine passion and compassion to guide you every step of the way. They listen, they care, and they make sure your dreams aren't just goals, they're realities. Whether you're buying, selling, financing, choose the team that puts you first. Century 21 Bob Boob First Choice Realty, making dreams come true, one home at a time. Call 570- At Susquehanna Trailways, getting behind the wheel isn't just a job, it's an honor. It's a front row seat to the world, from the bright lights of New York City to the historic charm of Baltimore and breathtaking trips across America. As a Susquehanna Trailways driver, you become the host of unforgettable experiences. Whether you're guiding students safely to school or helping a family create lifelong memories on their next big adventure, you're more than a driver. You're part of the journey, part of the story, part of the Susquehanna Trailways family. And right now, Susquehanna Trailways and Cam Kephart are looking for passionate, dependable individuals to join the team. Step up to the plate. Your seat is waiting. Flexible schedules, competitive pay, an opportunity to see the world and bring people together 1 mile at a time. Get on the bus. Join the tradition. Apply today. At Starway Roof Systems, roofing isn't just a job, it's a calling. We believe excellence isn't optional, it's our standard. From the first nail to the final shingle, we do all things to bring glory to God and to serve our clients, communities, and co-workers with a pure heart. Whether it's replacing a storm-worn roof or giving back to a neighbor in need, we lead with honesty, act with integrity, and stand firmly on our character. At Starway, we invest more than our time. We invest our talent and our finances to make a lasting impact right here where we live. Call 1-814-308-0490 today and experience roofing done with purpose, passion, and purity of heart. Starway Roof Systems, built on excellence, driven by faith, and dedicated to serve. Again, call Starway Roof Systems, 1-814-308-0490. When it comes to elder care and special needs legal matters, trust Julie Steinbacher at Steinbacher, Goodall, and Yurchek. a law firm known for quality representation and compassionate service. With branches in Williamsport State College, Altoona, Wilkes-Barre, and Muncie, they're right where you need them. From estate planning, elder care navigation, guardianship, long-term and nursing home care, to special needs planning and veteran benefits, they cover it all. You can't beat the brand and what they offer. They care enough to make a difference. Visit PAElderCouncil.com or call 1-800-351-8334 today. Steinbacher Goodall and Yurchek, your trusted partner in elder and special needs law. At Susquehanna Trailways, getting
Nate Carpenter, man, we're back. It's still halftime. I like to bring some of the young men on the air who've been polished and put to good use. I can't believe, it was another great 8-4 season for the Bulldogs. It didn't end the way we wanted it to down at Shamokin. Shamokin's here tonight, but I'm with Luke Ryan. He did a lot of things, man. Why were you holding out on punting, man? We could have used you the year before.
Well, Birdie was there the year before me, so he kind of had the job his senior year. And then during summer, Coach Gravish, we were figuring out who was going to punt, and I said, Coach, I could probably punt for us. And after that,
I'll tell you, what'd you average, 39 point something, or were you over 40?
I think I hit over 40 by the end of the year.
That was incredible, man. I'll be honest with you. And that really facilitates a lot. I always say offense, defense, special teams, but then there's that turnovers and what they lead to. But when you flip the field like you were able to do punting, did a nice job, too, at receiver this year and in the secondary. I'm trying to remember the Shamokin game. Did you get some reps at quarterback?
Yeah,
I thought so, man. And listen, Steinhardt came tonight. I can't believe we let him have 5 interceptions that game. You got to learn to laugh. You got to learn to laugh at things because you guys had resilience. It wasn't the way you wanted it to end, but when Pauling went down, it was tough. But I want you guys to always remember tradition never graduates. Coach Gravis has those little memes and those sayings, but he takes boys and makes them men.
Yeah.
And what would you say was one of your biggest takeaways from playing football here at Jersey Shore, and what you're going to remember as you move on eventually, finish your education or whatever you're going to do, have, get married, have kids, whatever. What is it that you're going to remember the most?
Probably the biggest thing I'm going to remember is over the summer, it was a big team bonding experience. And, over the years, guys always feud within the team. And this year we didn't really have a lot of that. We came together as a team. We had a bunch of hangouts as friends. There's not a lot of juniors on the team this year, so it was a big senior and sophomore team. So normally, sometimes it's hard for sophomores and seniors to get together, but over this last year, we all were friends. We'd go to each other's houses, hang out as one big team. So definitely all the friends and team building experiences.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. And I want you to know that at the end of the day, we love watching you guys, and success goes beyond end zone celebrations and touchdowns, But when you're an extension of family like you are, you learn to play with people. Hey, in life you lose sometimes. Things aren't always perfect, but man, you guys worked hard. Luke Ryan, thanks for your time.
Yep,
what a great year it was to watch you excel.
Yep, thank you.
Luke Thompson's with us too. Hang in there, guys. We got Luke Thompson, and I'll tell you what, man. I said, what are we going to do at defensive end this year? I said, how are we going to figure this one out? And, man, you came in, and you were like a human wrecking ball. You learned the position.
Yeah.
What did you enjoy the most about it?
I enjoyed, that I could really, do what I wanted. At backer, you have to, read the play more. But at defensive end, you really just can, go out there and just play football and, not have to think about everything that you're doing.
Well, were you surprised with the All-State?
Yeah,
I wasn't. I knew you had a great year, but what an honor.
Yeah, I know. I was really proud of myself because I've been playing football since I was 6 years old, so
well,
it was
we couldn't.
A really big thing.
Second half's going to start. We couldn't be more proud of you. Congratulations from the Dog Pound DPP Sports. Luke Thompson, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for covering all the games.
I appreciate you, brother. God bless you. We are back. Second half, Bulldog Shamokin. The Dogs are down. Looking to make something happen here. Matt Watkins on the call here at Jersey Shore. Passing to Schroyer. Once again, Shamokin back at it, man. Just quick, sharp, crisp passes, not a lot of dribbling. Watkins out on the pressure. Watkins, great job. That good take by Shamokin.
Same thing. They looked like they came out of the locker room, took a 3-hour nap.
Yeah.
They were refreshed, ready to go back into the game just like they were in the very beginning, the first quarter.
Guerrero gets it back. He's going to take it. No, he's going to swing it to McCray. Shamokin down the other way. Indians with the ball, up 12. Tell you what, this could get out of hand quick. Jersey Shore has to have an answer. Settle in here in the second half. Schroyer kicks it out. Good take by Paul, but mishandled. Lathan with a steal. Guerrero up. They're going to call the charge. And Guerrero tried to go around it, but Cruz Schroyer did have good position. He was there first.
Yes.
So a pretty easy call for the official on that. 6:48 to go. I'm going to try to update the score a little more. 40-28. Shamokin here start of the second half.
Yeah, he did a good job planting his feet. He established his territory, and unfortunately, it didn't go Guerrero's way.
McCray, a lot of heat here on Walsh. Walsh across the timeline. Good steal by McCray, but stolen back.
Good hustle by Jake Borson.
Good pass. That's a technical. And it was. The official said no, and I'm going to get to something here in a second. Very fortunate. I asked what happened in the first half. There's a sort of a new rule this year. They're going to be a little more specific on the flopping. And the official, when I said what, he looked like he was juggling an invisible ball. That was a warning. And with the flop against Shamokin, and another one would be a technical. Now, I don't think this has anything to do with it. I think there were some after the bucket, festivities that happened, and they slapped Xavier Paul with some extracurriculars. But McCray's got to knock these down. Boy, these that's why they call them free throws. In and out.
It's youth night here, Nate, and I'll tell you, if any parents of youth kids are listening, there's one shot that you can always control, and it's a free throw. When you get to high school, the higher level, there's no reason you shouldn't make at least 80-90% of them.
This could have been a 6 or 7 point swing.
Right.
Missing those 2 points. The officials are trying to dial this in. They're super animated right now, and the reality is, I didn't see that, but they've been getting handsy. Guerrero now called. It's almost like, I hate to say it feels like a makeup thing, but the reality is the officials want to get this calmed down. They don't want this to end up. And we talked about the clean first half. The second half doesn't need to get dirty.
Right.
Pulls, pops, and rocks. That one's down. Barrett Walsh, the 5'8" sophomore, says, "I'll take my 3."
The only problem with that is like you talked about, they were letting them play. They were letting them play in the very beginning.
Right.
Pushing, holding on, getting a little bit aggressive. Now, it's hard to, when you have a loose rabid dog and you try to put him on a chain. It's
right there, though, Guerrero moving screen. He did. And Coach Boob doesn't argue that because it was an obvious foul. But I agree. Things can go from let them play to tick-tack. McCray, man, he is like a glove. Kicks it, and that's what happens. Yeah. He was like a glove. He played good defense that time. Didn't get handsy. And that's, it's a difference.
Just stayed in front of him, sliding your feet, doing what you're supposed to do.
That's what DePasqua did last night. Let me tell you something right now.
Her defensive game last night was fantastic. I'll give her a shout out.
And Coach Shaw, if you watch the post-game interview, Coach Shaw said the last 2 games she's imposed her will defensively, and it really leads to a lot of good buckets. McDermott got a clear out. McCray cuts, but nothing there. Good steal. Leffler brings it down inside. Good look up and score. And he got his head on a swivel. Found the open man, Cruz Schroyer. McDermott.
Good rebound.
kicks it out. McCrae's going to take it. That's short. And there it is. Easy transition. Fortunate for the Bulldogs it doesn't fall. But, you know, we talked about the 10-point lead to 5, back to 10, and here we are at 15.
Right. It can turn that quick. And, you know, and that's the thing. I'm surprised that Coach Boob isn't calling a timeout after, you know, stop the bleeding a little bit, calm them down.
Well, the biggest thing is they started the game off. They got into a half-court set. We saw some back cuts. We saw some movement without the basketball. The tendency is to get flat-footed, not keep your floor spacing, and just play catch. Well, that's fine, but you've got to get in attack mode too.
Right. And that's the thing. That's my big point. You know, you start getting down by this much, all of a sudden the shoulders start to shrug a little bit.
Now there's a timeout. Yeah. So I agree. And, you know, that's the second or third time in a very short window of time that, okay, so I look at that from a mental, you know, it's an emotional game, right? Sometimes you feel like you're being pressured, and you're not, you get antsy, you lose your poise, your self-control, your resolve, and it leads to a turnover frenzy. But at the same point in time, you know, if you can calm yourself down and just say, hey, man, we're way out ahead of ourselves. Right. We just need to get in a half-court set because, you know, when you make 4 or 5 passes, get a ball reversal, you get people in position with good floor spacing, your second opportunities offensively are there. You get a rebound. Not only are we not getting rebounds on the offensive end right now, we're getting beat back on defense.
Right. We're letting the fast breaks happen. The one quick pass, one look, 2-pointers right under the basket, they have to stop.
Right.
You know, and sometimes we forget that these guys are kids, and they, you know, they get down by 15 and they think the world's come to an end. You know, that there's no tomorrow. But, you know, you need we still have 9 minutes, or I'm sorry, 13 minutes of play. I mean, you need a point a minute. I mean, it's easily doable. I mean,
and then that happens. And we've talked about a good look. Steinhardt makes a great save. Good job by Watkins to pick it up. They've got numbers. McDermott gets his feet under him. Good reversal. Hannah kicks it to McDermott. Just high off the iron. 47-31 is the score. Shamokin Indians in the lead here. Third quarter, 4:10 to go. Kapinski.
Good job by Landon Lathan staying tight. Tight defense. Good job.
Lathan. Oh, and it's good.
He gets it.
So
good move by Lathan.
You know, he slithered through there.
Yeah.
Made a really nice move, got skinny. And, you know, Lorson did what he did, but he finished at the rim. You know, that's a good shot. He finished at the rim. He didn't puke something up. And as a result, he gets the N1, and he can knock this down. Cuts the lead to 13. Up and good touch from Jacob Lorson, the junior. I'm surprised Leffler has handled the ball as much, but he's done a nice job until then.
Right. Yeah.
You know,
maybe you need to say that more often.
Well, I don't know. I wasn't trying to foreshadow anything, but like they have a couple other guards, but I think they like the matchup with McDermott, but that's why I was that was my hunch. Lathan can handling the ball here. Watkins. They got to skip with intention. That's a good back cut. Move without the ball, couldn't finish. Out in front, Leffler all alone. Hannah up and good. And you know, that's Shamokin taking advantage. So Coach Chris Zimmerman takes a minute, gets the timeout. 3:23, 49-34. You know, the Dogs, right when they look like they're going to get a run and maybe narrow the margin a little bit, there's another turnover.
Yeah, they have that bright spot. You know, they're playing good defense. You think it's going to come along, you know, put a stop to Shamokin, turn the ball back, you know, sudden 2 points to 4 points to 6 points. It seems like as soon as you think that's going to happen, there's just a quick turnover. You know.
Absolutely.
And you know, they're moving the ball well. It's just unfortunate, like that last look. Unfortunately, it was a fantastic look by Lorson.
We talked about the back cutting in the movie,
Yeah.
and it just couldn't handle it.
Yeah,
and
just a quick pass, and he just, a little too hot.
I've
I've
always said if you can get a couple people around the rim, you're going to get those. I call them, the after hours baskets, the garbage buckets. We had a guy in high school who wasn't athletic at all. Doesn't matter. Not going to mention names, but he was gritty, right? He'd have 12 or 13 a night, and they were always second looks and garbage points. But you know what? That's a role that's a role that every team needs, and we'll see if the Dogs can narrow the margin now with 3 minutes to go here in the third. Lathan takes it up, and that's a good take. Down 13, Leffler with the ball. Good steal by Hannah. Did Hannah get ahead of it? Oh, nice move. Finish it. Lathan up and fouled. So that'll be 4 fouls. One more is the bonus. So, again, what are they doing? They're attacking the rim.
Right. Yeah. Game plan right now, attack the rim, go for the foul.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's going to cut it down. You were 13-point deficit
Well,
right now, 49-36. You got 3 minutes in the third
absolutely.
quarter.
When you only have 8-minute quarters, you want to make that quarter last.
Right.
In the girls' game last night, it was crazy. Danville had no fouls with 3.5 minutes to go, and they were down, and they needed to stop the clock. Well, there's no shot clock, and the girls just they had good spacing, and they burnt that 3.5 minutes, and Danville had no chance. So once again, lid on the basket with the foul shots.
Yeah, I think it took them to about 45 seconds to get their 4th foul, and at that point, it was just too late.
That's a great take. Xavier Paul, you can see why he's the second leading scorer here for Shamokin. He's just got a nice build. You don't see a lot of the OFI 6'3", 6'4" kids with programs like Shamokin. They're all, you talked about them being able to go out for multiple sports.
You put a helmet on it, you would think that they're football players. I mean, honestly. They're all muscular. They all have great builds, great physiques. It's no wonder they can play.
Yeah. I walked in, they gave me my chores list, told me I could earn an allowance. You know what I mean? They're big boys. Quick shout out to the purple and white down in Cole Township tonight. Come on the road. They're having their way here at Jersey Shore. 2:51 to go, 51-37 is the score. The Dogs need to find an identity offensively. High post. Watkins turns, fires, no good. Comes the break. Colettis had some really good minutes here for Shamokin tonight coming off the bench. That's high and wide. So, Cruz Schroyer, Mr. Everything, I think that's one of the first things we've seen him do bad tonight or do wrong tonight. He's a great player.
Right, and that was a good look. I mean, it just came out of his hand. Xavier Paul was making the cut towards the basket. I mean, that was an easy 2. I mean, fortunately for the Bulldogs, unfortunately for him, it's a mistake he doesn't usually make.
Skip pass. Hannah has nice form. This one's
way short.
Watkins wants to go up with it. That's a carry. No, they called a jump.
They called a jump ball.
And honestly, if he did have possession, once Carson came down, that's probably the good call. I just didn't know if he had possession of it. And if you're the Dogs, you'll take it. 2:12, 51-37.
Glover back into the game for Coletta. We talked about him earlier.
Glover has 6 points on the night in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Lorson takes Glover to the rack, and he's got to finish. Glover with a rebound.
Good thought. I mean, you have the big guy just, attack the paint, try to make it happen, but you got to finish it.
Now, do you see that? You notice how he took it to the rim? He took it to the rim with a sense of urgency, but great body control. You're going to get the foul. We talk about that all the time. You got to go hard, but you got to go under control.
Just under 2 minutes. We have 1:58 on the clock, and that puts Bulldogs at 5 fouls. Shamokin close behind, though, with 4. So.
Yeah, and you know what's crazy? You start the fourth quarter, you do it all over again. You start at 0. I don't know. I'd like to ask Coach Shaw and Coach Boob and some other coaches what they think about the 5 fouls versus the traditional old school way. Right. I'm an old school guy, and old habits die hard, but I'm sure there's benefits to it. But it's rare that I've seen anybody in the bonus, and you almost have to think about that. I think the shot clock will change a lot of that next year. But at the same time, my goodness, you don't want to end up going down and then being in a position where you can't stop the clock.
Right.
And get the ball back. You know, that return on investment with missed shots. Shots up. That one's in and out. Hannah does a nice job getting the rebound. The Dogs have got to find a burst here and maybe cut this to 10 before the fourth or 8. Hannah Glover is wide into McDermott. Just hard off the glass and
Nice
finished. That's
job.
the garbage we talk about, but you can't get those unless you're around the rim. So a good job by Lorson. Oh, good hustle. That's off. Woo! They gave it to the Dogs. I thought it might have found a knee.
It was close.
Walsh inbounding. Steinhardt off the dribble, pulls up, kicks it out to Paul. Paul, nice pass. Woo! Good block on the play by Hannah. McDermott, can he get past Glover? That's up. They're going to call the foul. And honestly, I thought there was some body. They let him play. I wasn't sure if McDermott was going to get a chance to get to the line, but they didn't blow the whistle on that end. And of course, you get that frustration foul coming back the other way. So that was a chance right there. Hey, listen, that was a chance to cut it to 11 right there.
Yeah. You know, and I'm really surprised with having $1:12 left in the third quarter. Shamokin's not slowing up.
No.
You know what I mean? Like, you know,
Right.
you're up this. Now it gets to a game where, you know, you control the clock, control the time. They're driving right at the hoop again. They're not afraid to
Absolutely
make things happen, try to put some points up. And that's what happens to a rivalry game. You know what? A win by 10 is fun. A win by 20 is even better. So,
Well,
you know
yeah,
what? They're not going to let
and
up.
what it tells you is
And rightfully so, neither would Jersey Shore.
right.
You know what I mean?
But you can't get lackadaisical, and when you
Right.
do, teams go on runs. Hannah to the corner. McDermott takes it baseline, goes around, and just nothing's dropping right now. That's a good look by McDermott. 58 to go, 54-39 the score. Shamokin. Paul baseline hard, body control. He loses it. Glover to Steinhardt. Good pass to Paul. Good steal. That one's short. Great rebound. We talked about his minutes. He didn't start tonight, but Nathan Coletta having an absolutely great night, only a sophomore. Another turnover. The run that we didn't want to see here. Moved by Steinhardt up. No good. Hannah tied up. Gets it over. 20 seconds to go. McCray. Euro. No. No good. Three seconds. Ball's up and that one's short. So they ride it out, but going to make a comment here. Had a chance to cut it to 11. They're down 17.
Right. And, you know, I've known a lot of these boys since they were little, you know, and it's hard to preach to them about ball control and taking shots. You know, earlier you said about the 10, the 12-foot jumpers.
Yeah.
That's a lost art, and they don't like to do that.
Right.
They'd rather come in, they want to shoot the three. They
Right.
want to do the Euro step. You know what I mean?
And here's what works. You know, what I saw last night gave me a little bit of an education in the fact that the girls, right? I don't know what the three-point shooting percentage was last night, but it was abysmal. It wasn't great. And no
Right.
coach would say it was great, but they were good shots. They just weren't falling. But even though the girls' three-point percentage was down, they did a lot of three-quarter court pressing. They did a lot of half-court pressing. They found ways to, I guess, get some transition points and some points off steals and some points off they had to make something happen, you know, and that came through aggressive. DePasqua's defense, and that was contagious, and all the other girls kind of fell in line. So what's happening with us tonight, not only are we not knocking shots down, not only are we not really getting into a half-court set, not to be critical, but we're not playing as aggressive defensively. We're not even able to get back.
Right. And that's the thing. That's why we're in the situation right now, 56-39 going into the fourth quarter, where, we don't get back. We don't play that aggressive defense. It's easy. 2 points becomes 4 points, becomes 6 points underneath the basket.
Yeah,
so
and
Jersey Shore really got to get tight right now and stop the bleed.
Leffler, he got extended. McDermott, McCray on the wing. Lathan cuts through. McDermott does get up, and that's a good finish at the rim. Barrett Walsh handling the ball. McCray guarding him well. Good. Oh, nearly a steal. Skip pass, wide open. Bang! That's Kuklinski. Ka-ching from Kuklinski. The trifecta.
We haven't really talked about him either, or Walsh very much, but I'll tell you, they all have a piece of the puzzle here.
What is it?
You know what I mean?
We talk
you
about
have
it.
the guys that are scoring 16, guys are averaging, 16, 14, 13, your leading scorers.
Right.
They only have 4. They're averaging 4 or 5 a game. But you know what? They know the role. And they seem fine with that.
Yes. I'll take a point guard that doesn't turn the ball over, that scores 4 points a night, gets a couple of steals, but sets that offense up every time and plays good defense every night. And I'll tell you, we're seeing that from
we haven't said, like I said, we haven't really talked about Walsh very much, but he's having a great game.
Right.
I mean, his quick passes, he's doing a great job. Aggressive on defense. We haven't talked about him a lot, but that's the thing. He's a team player. He's making it happen. It's the reason that Shamokin's up 59-41.
Yeah, exactly. Guerrero, Leffler on him. Guerrero's going to take it, going to spin, going to turn with the jump, and again, good move. Boy, nice rebound, high off the glass there from Schroyer. Notice the crisp passing tonight.
Yeah.
With exception. Every time I say
every time you say that, it always happens.
Hey,
I mean, I think you got to start jinxing him a little bit more often
you
here.
You remember MTV Rock and Jock basketball? They had the 50-point basket. We need that right now. Cut to the lane. Cruz Schroyer up, no good. McDermott with rebound. Going to come back down this way.
I'll take the Globetrotters 10-pointer right now.
That's right. That's right.
That's going to be a foul on Lathan.
No, they got Shamokin, but Lathan said,
I thought he was pointing towards him. He was a little out of control going in there.
You think? He took it hard, though.
But hey, listen, it was a good move.
McDermott gets the ball in bounds. Again, good stop, no good, not even hit the rim, but it was a good move. But a lot of one-on-one right now. Leffler says, I'll take this. Nice, nice. They got him with steps. I like the move. He must have did a little of the electric slide. Landon Lathan across the timeline. 6:16 to go. 41-59. Bulldogs down. McCray took that from downtown. Again, what a save. Oh, what a save on that. Just the athleticism that he never stopped hustling. You can see why he was an all-state safety?
He was an all-state safety too. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, listen, man. When you're 6'3", 6'4", he punted the ball like a machine. He just goes up for it, and he read the quarterback so well this year. Just a nice athlete. Anyway, we're gonna go to commercial. We'll be back right after this. Low battery.
At Susquehanna Trailways, getting behind the wheel isn't just a job, it's an honor. It's a front row seat to the world from the bright lights of New York City to the historic charm of Baltimore and breathtaking trips across America. As a Susquehanna Trailways driver, you become the host of
5:55 to go back here. The dog pound up. No good. Dogs down 18. Good kick to McCray from Carson Watkins. That one's short. Just can't buy a bucket.
I think the athletic director, Bill Mincer, forgot to take the lid off at halftime.
Yeah, it's definitely got some Tupperware on it. Nice into Schroyer, and he's fouled. But you see that, though? It's a high percentage shot. Squares his shoulders to the rim. Everything's fundamental, you know. And the bottom line is it might not be flashy, but fundamentals win basketball games.
Right. I mean, here he is at the line doing what he does best.
Right.
Easy as that.
We used to have T-shirts, twine time, your place or mine. Ka-chink. I'm going to feather that twine tonight with that silky free throw. 41-60, and this could have gone either way, but Shamokin definitely came to play. Had the big ride in. Schroyer stolen away. Latham. Hannah to McCray. McCray's got to knock one down. Good look, good rotation. He hits it. That's big. Down 16 now. 44-60 with 5 to go.
Jersey Shore needs to stay tight.
Out of bounds.
Like that.
Schroyer makes an errant pass, and it's turnover central here all of a sudden. You know, the game looks a lot better when you knock the threes down. Lathan across the timeline. Gets to 15. Nice pass to Watkins. Up and in.
There we go.
Down 14. Can they make a run? McCray's got to get his feet.
Same thing. He's got to keep aggressive and keep in front of him.
Xavier Paul to the rim, and he just goes hard. There's a turnover. McCray gets it. Does McCray take it? Oh, goodness. Coach Boob's face was as red as a tomato on that. Man, I thought I was watching Veggie Tales for a second there. He was hot. But he didn't say anything. Listen, they were down 19. They're down 14. They had a 5-0 run here. 4:27 to go. Two fouls. Down 14. So Dogs just have to make something happen. Lathan's going to play that glove defense. Moving his feet. Barrett Walsh over the timeline. McCray's had Loeffler's number, too. Euro up, no good. Schroyer, good job by
good
Hannah.
Job, Hannah.
And that's a big jump ball right there because it's Jersey Shore's era.
Right. Yeah, that's the way to be tough. I mean, that's what honestly, they should have been this aggressive 4 minutes ago. And probably
I talked about it. You know, the girls were so aggressive last night, even when they weren't making shots. Well, tonight, you know, we haven't made as many shots, and the aggressive aspect of the game has gone to the wayside at times, and that's when Shamokin's had their runs. Lathan kicks it over to Hannah, overplayed by Steinhardt. Hannah up with the floater and good. Nice job by Hannah. Oh, nearly a turnover. Are they going to get a 10-second call? That's a walk. Yes, it is.
It is. There we go. There we go.
All of a sudden, things got animated. I'm sitting here with Jeff Pennycoff tonight. He's all fired up. You need some work, some jobs. Jeff, what's the number? All right, 360. What is it? 7753. Nice. Good take, no go. Loeffler spins up, no good. It's short. Good rebound. Shamokin doesn't knock it down. Now there's a lid on their end. Goodness. What should have been a turnover. Yeah, fortunate for the Dogs. That went off the leg of Colin Steinhardt. Man, what is it about getting to like 12 points or 13 points? They just can't seem to break that seal tonight.
Well, they're getting more aggressive again. And I said it before, when they came out after halftime, the refs started blowing the whistle a little bit. It seemed like Jersey Shore let off the gas.
Good
They
screen,
were afraid
yeah.
about getting the fouls. Now,
Carson Watkins, he was fouled, no call. Steinhardt with a rebound. There's the over. We used to call it over the back, but there's the push from behind. And so, my goodness, I really thought the Dogs, they went on a 7-point run there and just couldn't find the bottom of the bucket a couple times with layups. McDermott pressuring the inbounds on Loeffler. Steinhardt with possession. Oh, good
nice
steal.
defense.
Oh, so close. Xavier Paul, there's the kick.
Oh, good kick.
Yeah, Lathan.
Good heads up.
Lathan was not willing to let that pass get skipped to the weak side. Wide open three-pointer. 2:54 to go, and here we are. They're not 3 fouls for Shore and 2 for Shamokin. Xavier Paul. Good push to Steinhardt. Steinhardt down low. Squares. Watkins on the defense. In, unfortunately. We call them garbage buckets, but Johnny on the spot was Cruz Schroyer. 62-48. Skip. McDermott goes baseline. Kicks it. Watkins from 3. That's good. No. Short. Good hustle.
Good hustle by Lorson.
Yeah, Lorson hustled. Man, that 3 would have been huge, too. Timeout for sure. And, the Dogs had a run there. That a 7-point run. Really could have been 9 or 11 because they missed a couple of layups back-to-back. And honestly, here's the problem. You don't think about missed shots, but, you miss those easy 4 points, and Shamokin turns around and gets a couple of buckets.
Right.
We always talk about that, right? Even in football, you have that interception. Well, that interception was much bigger for Indiana last night at the start of that game because it wasn't just an interception or a turnover on downs type of scene. It led to points.
Right.
When it's a pick six, when you miss a layup at one end and it leads to a layup at the other.
That's a 4-point swing.
Yes.
And that happened a couple times in the last few minutes. I mean, you take 8 points, an 8-point swing right now.
Right.
We're sitting at a 4-point game.
But anyway, it's been a solid night. We appreciate you tuning in. And, a couple times they were close to cutting the margin from 19 down to 10, but we'll see if they can't, close this one out strong. We always talk about this. There's moral victories, too.
Right. Yeah. I mean, you have 2:24 left on the clock. Even if they can cut it by 4 or 6 more points, go in, take momentum into the next game.
If I'm Jersey Shore right now with 3 fouls, I'm fouling right away.
Oh.
Pressure them. If they get it across midcourt, then you foul. Watkins.
They're going to let it go.
Lathan up. He's fouled. It's blocked. It's good.
There we go.
Carson did a nice job of checking himself. He could have easily pulled the trigger, but he found Lathan open. Lathan had a lane, and Lathan got fouled. Hopefully he's okay. He's down. We're going to just take a minute here with 2:17 to go as they make sure that Lathan's okay. The officials coming over here. They got some water on the court. But again, thanks for tuning in tonight. All things are possible with community, and without you, without our sponsors, there is no broadcast. And so just a real quick shout out to, we really don't get a chance to say this, but to Keystone Leather this year for the support they gave. There's a lot of businesses out there too that they don't really benefit from advertising with us because they specialize in leather soles and, high-end shoes and footwear and some other leather products. But, that's not something that our average listener is going to go out and buy. It's an industry standard. They're ahead of their game. But Keystone Leather stepped up. We thank the Shaw family for that. And other businesses that have also stepped up, when I think of Ron Clark and his expert, tools and service down on Route 15, like Lycoming Creek Road. I mean, he doesn't really need to, but he did. And he's supporting our podcasting. He's supporting so many things. And really good to see Lathan up Landon Lathan, the senior leader, captain, they're going to have him sit down for a minute. Hopefully they can get some ice on that. But Coach Boob out there right now and literally mop-up duty. You know, it's another thing coaches do so much. Everybody talks about what coaches make. It doesn't even cover their gas half the time.
Listen, I'm the baseball coach here in Jersey Shore right now.
Hey,
But it's the love of the game.
I wonder why
kids.
you had that electric vehicle.
Yeah.
And that battery.
My electric bike. Yeah, there's definitely more to it than the paycheck, that's for sure.
Hannah up and good, cuts it to 11. There it is. Do the Dogs get a steal? Oh, they call him. That's the fourth foul. That's the fourth foul. They're going to stay right here, though. They're going to have him go again. I love the pressure. Like we talked about it. Hey, there's still 2:13 to go. One more foul puts Shamokin to the bonus line. Leffler inbounds the ball to Walsh. Walsh is quicker, gets it down to Steinhardt. Shamokin now in their spaced formation. They call the reach, which is probably the good call, but I'll tell you.
That's smart. I mean,
I just love the pressure. Yeah. You know, you can't. You got to play to win. You can't play to lose, even though you're down. They're down 11, 1:57 to go. The 62-51. Colin Steinhardt to the line.
And that's the thing. You know, play aggressive. Don't worry about the fouls. You know, now they're at 5, but you don't want to run into a situation like they did last night with the girls. You know, Danville, they needed the fouls. You know, and they were in trouble.
Right.
You
But
know what I mean? They're scrambling to get a foul.
Here's
here
the
at
crazy
end.
thing about high school basketball too is, you know, Shamokin made the road trip to Central Mountain, which is a distance, but they only won by 6. We beat Central Mountain by 13.
Right.
You know what I mean? So on any given night, Lathan back in the game. That's good to see. Skip pass, stolen away. Good job by Xavier Paul. Up, and he's going to take it to the rack. Finishes strong. Timeout, Shamokin. That was impressive. You know, but again, that was attributed to an unnecessary turnover. You know, Dogs tried to get in the half-court set there and just kind of gave the ball away. But let's talk about the baseball season. So what is your role as coach?
I am the head JV coach, actually.
Awesome.
And Joe Dunn, he is our varsity coach. So he and I came on board 3 seasons ago, and trying to change the program a little bit, trying to grow the program. We definitely have started in the right direction. I mean, our goal obviously is to win district championship.
Yep.
Here soon.
Last time I saw Joe Dunn, he was doing some counseling and some therapy down at Gilliam and Associates in the realm of some form of social work.
He does that a lot with me in the dugout.
Well, listen, man, anytime you can get free therapy.
Right.
I've paid for quite a bit of that in my life, and,
right.
and to God be the glory. Listen, between my faith in the Lord and good people, listen, hey, struggling with mental health, get out there to Avis. They supported us through the football season, and we so appreciate them.
Absolutely.
Pine Creek.
We got 1:35 left on the clock. Jersey Shore down 51-66.
Pass to the corner to Watkins. Watkins going to try to reverse it. Wow, look at that skip. Ooh. Watkins, the camera couldn't even keep up with it. That was a dart.
Backup quarterback and a pitcher. There you go.
Walsh. Leffler stolen away by Watkins. Pass ahead to Lorson. They really don't have numbers. See if they can get a good look. They didn't have numbers, but Lorson throws up a prayer, does get the foul, so he'll get to the line, but I wanted to sing an old Bon Jovi song there. I would, but
you're
probably
going to go to 0 viewers here if I start saying.
No. Listen. I was going to sing it, but I don't want to get nailed for copyright.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
A little infringement.
No, we're not doing it. We're not doing it. Bang. Lorson nails it. Hannah back in the game.
1:10 left, 52-66. Lorson at the free throw line. Jersey Shore is at 5 fouls. And, I'm sorry, Shamokin's at 4.
Oh, that's not
That's a big
smart.
turnover.
My goodness.
That's a big turnover.
Well, it is because, you know, you don't need it. Obviously, you take the points when you get them. Just not a good pass. High and outside. Down 13. The Dogs, they can hit. If they can get a 3 and get a foul. Hit a 3 and get a foul. McCray in the corner. Skips it. Watkins pulls it. Nope, long. I thought he might have had it. Hannah ties up.
Jump
Nothing
ball.
dirty. Yeah, nothing dirty about that. Hannah's like, hey, I got you. Boy, they've had a lot of bodies hit the floor down under this basket tonight.
We need to get an official towel boy.
So Shamokin gets the side out on the arrow right now on the tied up ball. Watkins guards the inbounder. Leffler to inbound. Wow, that's why he's 6'4". He went up and stole that one.
Nice high point catch.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Walsh to Kuklinski.
Now Shamokin's doing a better job working the ball around.
Oh, it's just pretty. You don't have to shoot.
No.
31 seconds to
No,
go.
last possession, that pass was unnecessary to give it back to Jersey Shore.
Yep, foul on the play. Going to stop the clock momentarily. Hannah inbounds.
Got 25 seconds left, 53-66. Jersey Shore down by 13.
Hannah pulls.
Nice
Just in and
look.
out. 16 seconds on the clock. Leffler's done a nice job of setting the offense up for Shamokin. Unfortunately, the Dogs going to take one on the chin tonight.
It's unfortunate. Some good shots just weren't falling in their favor.
Yeah, it's a tough one here at home tonight. 66-53 is your final. God bless America. We thank our servicemen and women and first responders tonight. It's great to live in this great nation, the red, white, and blue. And we once again want to give a quick shout out to all our sponsors and thank Bill Mincer, our athletic director, along with Dr. Romer, superintendent, for all they do here at home. So we want to just cut to commercial. We'll be back real quick.
When it comes to finding your dream home, selling your current one, or exploring mortgage options, look no further than Bob Boob and the team at Century 21 First Choice Realty. These aren't just real estate pros. They're your neighbors, your friends, and your biggest cheerleaders. Bob and his team combine decades of experience with genuine passion and compassion to guide you every step of the way. They listen, they care, and they make sure your dreams aren't just goals, they're realities. Whether you're buying, selling, financing, choose the team that puts you first. Century 21, Bob Boob, First.
So anyway, we're back, and I just want to wrap. We're going to wrap this one up tonight. I want to thank Matt Watkins for coming on the air. Again, we talked about a lot of things, but at the same time, you know, I do see improvements. I think tonight, what's frustrating is, you know, a couple of areas. I think the Dogs would say, man, we needed to get better at tonight. Was missed shots are going to happen, but they didn't get a lot of great looks. Okay. From the offensive set, they had a lot of one-on-one plays that didn't land in points. McCray got hot there for a short spell, which was nice, but they weren't able to get offensive rebounds. They didn't get back on defense like they should, and I think Shamokin always plays us well. I think Shamokin has a tendency to take a night off occasionally against another opponent, but they really like to beat us. because there's that rivalry.
Right, and you always play to your opponent. You play a team that you come in and that you don't respect. I will say that about Shamokin and Jersey Shore. I do, even though there is that rivalry, there's a respect of, among the the athletes and even the parents, the coaches, that they're
Absolutely.
That you always play up.
Yep.
If you're playing a good opponent, you're playing that rivalry, you play up. If you're playing a team that's 1-10, sometimes you have that tendency to play down a little bit. And Shamokin, unfortunately, did a better job coming in. They played up. They knew the rivalry was here. Knew the Jersey Shore can be a tough team to beat. They came in and did what they had to do.
They sure did. And to be honest with you, it came down to, just a little bit of consistency over time today. Jersey Shore took a 19-point deficit, cut it to 11 at one point, took another 18 or 19 deficit and cut it to 11 again.
Right.
There was that 10-point lead, cut to 5, back to 10, 19 to 11, 19 to 11. But they never got over that hurdle of really getting to a place where they were back in the game.
Right. They had those little glimmers where all of a sudden, the deficit was coming down. You thought they were going to make the adjustments, but then, like you said, 2-3 shots in a row, all of a sudden they're not getting offensive rebounds.
Right.
The ball's not falling the right way.
Yes.
It can quickly go that way, that quick. Just for them, I hope that they kind of take that, run with it, move on. Tomorrow's another day, and look forward to the rest of the season.
Well, thanks for being here tonight, Matt. I appreciate you, brother.
Listen,
as
I
always.
appreciate you having me.
Thank you so much.
Hopefully the crowd, I didn't bug them too much.
Oh, no,
I
you're great,
appreciate
man.
you coming here.
You're
and,
great.
Like I said, again, I know my family, personally, I want to say thank you. My family and friends definitely appreciate you, everything you're doing with Dong Pao Productions. And I can't say it enough, and I swear, Nate is not paying me. Everybody out there, like, subscribe, keep it going. Like you said, he wants to do some more things. Coaching baseball, I'd love to see him out there on the diamond someday.
I'd love to call
and,
a game.
Sit over there with me and
man,
give a little promotion of that.
It's all about the kids.
Yeah.
And we're going to end on a positive note tonight. Forget about the missed baskets and the shots and the missed rebound opportunities and the points that we didn't get back for in transition. The kids are more coachable. The kids have bought in. Coach John Boob's doing a fantastic job. They're in shape. They hustle. They listen, and they're getting better. There was a time where mediocrity was. And not to any one particular coach's standard, but mediocrity was accepted. And I think that the Bulldogs as a whole, the boys and girls programs, have some young talent coming up through the ranks.
How about that Marley Lehman? I mean,
she's fantastic. Marley's fantastic. She's a true point guard. She's only a ninth grader. She lives at the courts. As long as the lights are on down there, she's down there shooting. And I can see her from my back porch above the football field. So you've got kids like that. You've got kids here on the boys team too. You've got the Stroop kid coming up. You've got the Fisher boy coming up. You've got some height. You've got some kids that are just going to eat, sleep, and drink basketball. They're down there on Reach Road at Coach Shaw's at times either hitting balls or playing basketball. They have the little indoor court. The kids are living now. It's not just about showing up to play the games. They're working on fundamentals, and that will pay off over time.
Yeah, absolutely. And, they're working hard. The one thing that I do like is that both Coach Shaw, Coach Boob, and even our middle school coaches, Clark McLean, Adam here, as they're walking by, they're spending a lot of time in the summer, a lot of time in the fall, working tournaments. They're out of tournaments, I think, almost every weekend, it seems like.
Yeah, they're down there in Lewisburg.
Trying to get them, there's a lot of kids that play fall sports, football and soccer and things like that, but the times that they can get them on the court, and the kids that are one-sport athletes, which is fine if they just want to focus on basketball, they're there every weekend. And that's fantastic, and that's what's going to grow the program.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think there's been so much focus on football. It's one of those things, and we talked about that earlier, how sports kind of, the tides ebbs and flows, if you will. That, we look at the old days, where, Lock Haven had a great football program. Central Mountain struggling a little bit. But that's going to change. It used to be Lock Haven loved to come to Jersey Shore because Jersey Shore was a win. Now Jersey Shore's having that good run. It changes.
It does.
In 10 years from now, we're probably going to not want to ever go to Central Mountain. You know what I mean? Because they're going to be
and that's what happens.
And it's the same way. Like, we focus on that. So, so that's my point. Like, now it's good to see that we have the right coaches, I believe, in the right.
Listen, and it is about, the one thing that Coach Gravish doesn't get enough credit for with football is it's when he talks about tradition not graduating, it's not just about the now, it's about these young men's future. And I know that Coach Shaw is instilling things in these girls, values and virtues, character. So is Coach Boog. And that's all you can ask for, because at some point in time, the playing career ends and the responsibilities get greater.
Yeah.
And it comes down to managing your home
Right.
and paying your bills and then raising your kids, and not in a selfish way, but raising them for the world. You have a son who's graduating.
Right.
It means a lot. We just talked tonight about his potential prowess in college. Okay, he could be a big 33 guy. Oh, by the way, plug that. But he just WNAP Dream Teams, all secondary. And just those things. And the accolades are great, right? The accolades are great. But what are we really talking about tonight? His opportunity to get an education. Right? And go somewhere and have that schooling cost less, because athletics was a platform which made that possible.
Right. That's an opportunity that opens the door for bigger and better things. And
Yeah, Bo Sechrist
and right
has an
now
opportunity.
we appreciate that. Yeah, and like his dad was on. Yesterday I heard Steve on there that Bo's weighing his opportunities, and I'd love to see him playing on Saturdays too. And that's the thing; it's a catapult to help out, with your education and just the funding and things like that. It's fantastic, and that's something that hasn't happened here, for a while until Coach Gravish came along, and we can't be happier with the way things are going.
Right, and then talk about Coach Shaw, his daughter being at Susquehanna playing golf now.
Right.
We still see Kylie and Sadie, but is it Caitlin? Help me out. Am I right?
Yep.
I forget my own kids' names, but it's Caitlin, right?
Correct.
So, but she's a Susquehanna. I talked to her on the way in tonight. So pleasant.
Yeah.
And humble. And we talk about the three H's with football that have carried over into so many other virtuous programs is healthy, hungry, and humble.
Right.
And
that's the thing, and that's what makes an athlete. You can't teach that. It has to just come from them. And there's so many great kids. You talk about Bo Sechrist. I can't say enough about that kid. Just watching
we
them
interviewed
grow up.
Steve. Doug interviewed Steve last night.
Right.
And all I had to do was listen to Steve talk for 2 minutes to know why the Sechrist household is solid as it is.
Oh, it's a powerhouse.
Oh, are you kidding me?
And you're going to hear the Sechrist name for the next 10 years.
Yeah.
They got the little ones coming up through, and we're going to have that family, kind of be the backbone of the Jersey Shore Bulldog football team for years to come. But I think that that's one thing you speak about community here in Jersey Shore, and I think that people here, for the most part, everybody raises their kids right. We talked to Luke Thompson a little bit
Fantastic,
earlier, and they're just good guys.
Young men.
They're just good guys that they were raised the right way. They're very humble about how things happen. We appreciate the accolades for Carson and his nod for sure. But the first thing out of his mouth whenever that happened, he was more upset that he didn't want to take it because his buddies didn't get it. He feels as though they are.
I get it.
And I appreciate that, and that makes me happier than a father than the trophy that they sent home with them.
Yeah, because you know what? He knows it's a team game.
Right, and I agree wholeheartely that the other boys deserved it just as much, if not more, than he did, and I just love the fact that was what he was more worried about than anything, and listening to the Thompson, Luke Thompson boy and Luke Ryan, they're very humble in the same way. And
absolutely. Well, listen, from our house to yours, it's always a great day to be a Bulldog, and we want you to know here at DPP Sports, every subscriber, every viewer allows us to branch out and grow with our community, grow with you, and provide more coverage. We've enjoyed covering girls and boys basketball. We even had a nice conversation with Mr. Shamokin, people who said they've been tuning in. So again, www.dogpoundproductions.com. Check us out. Become a Stray. Subscribe. We're out. We'll see you again real soon. Check the website out for upcoming scheduling and broadcast schedule. Appreciate you. Take care and God bless.